Okay, so good day to you, my dear students. Our next topic for today will be all about eductions. Now, so let's take a closer look on what is an eduction as one of the parts of uh, as one of the topics that we're going to deal insofar as logic is concerned on Philo 2. Okay, so let's go here to what we mean here is that is this. Okay, so please don't forget to write something to prepare your notebook and your pen because I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. Now, eduction. So, eduction is a form of immediate inference which involves the act of drawing out the implied meaning of a given proposition. So, the implied meaning, what is being implied in one proposition, is already expressed in the other proposition. And there are four types of reduction. Four types of reduction. And I'm going to tackle with this one by one. So the first one is aversion. The second is conversion. Now, so the aversion and conversion are two most important uh, types of reduction. It is because we can derive contraposition, even partial or full contraposition, or even partial and full inversion based on how we do aversion and conversion. That is why aversion and conversion are two important types of reduction because if you do not know the process of aversion, if you do not know the process of conversion, your contraposition and inversion might be might be falling into an error. So let's go over. So our so we will tackle first on the aversion. So here, this is aversion. Okay, aversion refers to the formulation of new proposition by retaining the subject and the quantity of the original proposition. However, the quality of the original proposition is changed and the predicate term is replaced by its contradictory term. Now, here in aversion, the given, what is the given here in the aversion is this, that the given here, shall I write this one here? The given, the given here is um, what we called it as the overturned. Oh no, the pen. Excuse me. The overturned. The given proposition is also called as the overturned, where the proposition is subject copula P. That is a given proposition. Now, the given proposition here is what we call it as the overturned. Now, the obverse, since that the proposition is that you're going to retain the subject and even the quantity of the subject, so the subject should remain as is. The obverse, by retaining the subject and the quantity of the original proposition. However, the quality of the original proposition or the quality of the overturned is to be changed. So if the quality is affirmative, if the given proposition is affirmative, you're going to change it into negative, no? But if the given proposition is negative, you're going to change it into affirmative. Now, so the copula stays here, and then you're going to, next one is you're going to replace the predicate term is replaced by its contradictory term. So here, the overseer, the predicate term is now is contradictory from the given predicate. So that's it. That is already a contradictory. So this is now how it looks. Now, it's just only a formulation, it's just only an example. But in order to do aversion, please do not forget the three steps. The three steps to aversion. Please be mindful of this. Please follow the steps. If you cannot be able to know the steps, if you do not know the steps well, everything will be spoiled. Everything will be put into error. So please follow the three steps. If you do not know how to follow the three steps, everything will be put into error. The first step to aversion is to retain the subject term and to retain its quantity. So if the given proposition is universal, the obverse must be universal. If the given proposition is particular, the obverse should also be particular. And the subject term should be retained. Okay? The next one is to change the quality of the copula. So the quality. So when I say the quality, it is either what did we what have we learned from the previous topic, that the quality refers to either the proposition is affirmative or negative. Now, here, if the given proposition is affirmative, the obverse should be negative. Uh, if the given, as I repeat, if the given proposition is affirmative or positive, change it into negative. So the obverse becomes negative. If the given proposition is negative, the obverse must be positive or affirmative. Then the third step is you're going to contradict the predicate term. So for example, the contradiction, you're going to put the prefix of the just simply put the prefix of the term, the certain term, in order uh, to identify its opposition, like rational, irrational, mediate, immediate, direct, indirect, no? But the safest way to predicate the safest way to contradict the predicate term is to put non dash the term. That's the safest way to contradict the predicate term. Now, in the next example, we're going to demonstrate That is why the reason why I'm going to hold the video here is to demonstrate on how to do oversion. Okay? Just an example. Let's go first with the first one. The first example. Okay, example. So the given here is what we call that the given proposition is already considered as an overtend, because what you're going to do is to give the oversion of a certain proposition. So here, the proposition is what? Uh, every man is a rational creature, and that is an example of a proposition. So what type of proposition is that? What type of categorical proposition? Can you name it? That is a proposition. So that is a proposition. Now, here, this is the given. Every man is a rational creature. So how to do oversion in this particular proposition? The first thing, what was the first step? That is, what is the first step of aversion? First step, don't forget the first step. The first step is to retain the subject. Retain the subject. Man. Retain the subject. And its quantity. Just man. Just an example, man. That's the first step. Okay. And later on, we're going to move now to the next. And what is the second step? That is to what? Change the quality of the copula. So, you're going to change the quality of the copula. Every man is a rational creature. So, from the word every, what proposition is this? This is an a proposition. Okay, that is a proposition. Now, you're going to change this one into negative. So, from here, by you're going to change the quality into negative proposition without affecting its quantity. So, from every man is, you're going to write down no man is. I'll put this down to make it clear. First step is to retain the subject, then and to retain its quantity. Then you're going to change the quality of the copula from every man is to no man is. Sorry, I just have to go down just to make it clear for you. Okay, no man is. Then the third one is to contradict the predicate term. So from every man is a rational creature, then you can say no man is a rational creature. That is now the oversion. Then you may going to say, sir, you told us a while ago that the safest way to contradict the predicate term is to put non dash. Okay, no problem. Another way To solve it is just retain the subject. The first one is to retain the subject. Then the second step is to change the quality of the copula. No man is. Then you're going to contradict the predicate term using non-dash, right? No man is a non non-rational creature, and that is already your Obversion. Okay, so from a proposition, your Obversion is already considered into E proposition. E. From A, which is the obverted, the obverse becomes E. So get it? So let's take another example here. How about, sir, the E proposition? Okay, so let's consider here the another overtend, or the example, or the given. This is now the overtend. This is now the overtend, or the given proposition. Okay. No tiger is a non-cat. Okay. So simple. What's the first step again? That is to, number one is to retain the subject. So retain the subject, tiger. Mm. Then, next one. So the first step is to retain the subject and to retain its quantity. So the quantity is universal. That is why the given is an E proposition. So here, retain the subject and retain its quantity. Next is to change the quality of the copula. So if the given is negative, you're going to change it into positive. So you can say no tiger is a non-cat. So no tiger is, you can say every tiger is. Then the third one, the third step is to what? Contradict the predicate term. So from non-cat into is a cat. Okay. So that is already your obverse. That is already your obverse. Or there's another way. So there's another way to obverse the E proposition. So just retain the subject, tiger. Now, so retain the subject. The second is to what? Change the quality of the copula from no tiger is into all. But since that this term all is plural, so you're going to put S to the subject. All tigers are. Then what you're going to do is to contradict the predicate term. Non-cat into all tigers are cats. Or that's I can say put or. That is also obverse. So there are two ways to obverse E. Either you put a singular, every tiger is a cat, or in plural, you can also answer in plural, all tigers are cats. Either or, just the same idea. Actually, it's just the same. So from the given proposition or aversion, which is an E proposition, so the obverse is considered as a proposition. Okay, next. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, the given or overturned. Some lawyers are judges. Okay, some lawyers are judges. So that's what proposition? What kind of categorical proposition? That is an I proposition. I proposition. Okay, so that is an I proposition. Now, how can you obverse I proposition? It's just the same idea. First thing is to retain the subject. Lawyers. Just retain the subject. Lawyers. Retain also its quantity. Then, the second one is to change the quality of the copula from some are into some lawyers are not. Some lawyers, okay, some are into some are not. That is already considered negative. And another thing is to contradict the predicate term. So the predicate term here is the judges. The judges is considered the predicate term. So you're going to contradict. So how can you contradict judges? So as I told you, that the safest way to contradict this term is to put non-dash. So you can say not non judges. Some lawyers are not non-judges. So from I proposition, your obverse is already considered as obverse. Okay, so from I proposition turns out into O proposition. Turns out into this one, O proposition. There's also another way of oversion from the given proposition I. You can say or. But you are going to choose either which of these two, but it's just only a matter of choice, no? But for me, I choose the second one rather than the first one, because the first one, some lawyers are not non-judges. It's quite confusing, even for the starters. So for me, the safest way is the safest way to averse I proposition is to follow for me is to follow the second one. And this will be the second one I'm going to demonstrate. So first is to um, retain the subject. So retain the subject, lawyers. I'm going to write down lawyers. Okay, that's it. And also from here, you're going to change the quality of the copula from some are into not all are. Mm. And then from the copula, judges into non-judges. So I proposition, which is the overturned or the given proposition, into O proposition. So that is already averse. Get it? Okay, so um, the next proposition that we're going to solve for aversion is this one. Not all policemen are incorrupt officials. So just this is just only an example. Not all policemen are incorrupt officials. So this proposition is considered as an O proposition. Okay, and this is also a given proposition. Okay, given proposition. So therefore, this is considered as the overturned. Okay, so how to solve this problem into aversion? So first, so always follow the three-step rule. So what's the first rule? What's the first step in solving for aversion? So the first step is you're going to retain the subject. So you just only have to copy policeman. Okay. So you have it here. Now, next one is you're going to move to the next step, which is the step 2. What's the step 2? Don't forget, step 2 is to change the quality of the copula. So since that this is an O proposition, this is negative proposition, so the over should be positive or affirmative. So when you say not all are, so you can say some policemen are. Okay? Now, here, this is the predicate term, incorrupt officials. So, what you're going to do, move to the third step, which is to what? Contradict the predicate term. So, here, from the word incorrupt officials, so you can say, uh, you can say corrupt officials. Okay, so you have it. So this is now your verse. Okay. Some policemen are corrupt officials. Don't forget the period. Okay. So that's all. And then for your assignment, so please solve the assignment which is found on the same topic, Eductions. So our assignment will be exercise 5-2, which is problem solving for Obversion. So once again, this is Sean Alquilita. So thank you very much. Signing off.